So that is my other point. The other point that I want to help you appreciate, some of the things I've also just come to really understand them when I'm even out of school. But we are appreciating that the countries that are developing faster than us started doing a number of things a long time ago. Fengo fulumane somero ngebintu ebimu ebiri basic tobimanyi. One of the things that I want to encourage you when you go back home, find a quiet place, oba osula ku deka, oba osula wherever. Find a quiet place. From the basics of, I am Zaitun Kachama. I am 74 kilograms. I am 154 centimeters. Okay? I am a mother of, you appreciate, those little things that at least Allah has given you and you know that you have. Today we are living in a world that believes that Allah has not given them anything. We are living in the world of students who do not know that they are blessed to be in school. We are living in a place where people are at school, but they are doing things that students don't do. So tula mukasonda. Holiday no oba nakutandika nga tuvudde wano. Sit with yourself and define yourself. If you have nothing to say about yourself, you have a lot of work to do. Because we have people here, tabeerangako class monitor, tabeerangako prefect, talina muzannyo gwazannya, talina drama, talina, apart from him being Tinze Serugo Muhammad aweddeyo. We have a challenge of people who do not know who they are. That is why today we have people who are using this kind of character, the kind of person that who does not know who they are. And today someone is going to tell you that, you know what? Oli mu mubiri ogutali gugwo. So someone is using a lot of energy and money and time to tell you, aneda, wadolina kabina kanene bwekatyo, oyina kuba musajja. Bigena batukako. You know why it is going to happen to you? It is simply because you do not know who you are. Tuina abantu lero nga tamanyi dini ye, tamanyi kika kye, tamanyi kyalo kye, jjajja we tamumanyi, tamanyi. So in your notebook, buli kyotamanyi teekawo question mark. Because when we are talking about ourselves, when you're defining yourself, one of the things you do, you ask a little about tata wange yani, mama wange yani, jajja mchala zala mama yani, at least a little of the background. Bakuzika wagundi. Don't worry, never bakuzika Burundi. It is okay, but you know. So that if you know that your cemetery, your family cemetery is very far, it means you have to work very hard. Ofuneyo ettaka okumpimpiko okole ekijja ekikyo. That is how much work you have to do. So if you do not know, some people are so in a lost world that they do not know that they are coming from a humble family, especially the girls. Someone does not know that she is with a single parent. You are with a mother, a single mother, who wakes up early in the morning at 3 and goes to the market. Whatever she's dealing in. Because it is a hard world out there. And she's able to collect a few coins here and there. And she's able to bring them here at school so that you can be able to forge a future for yourself. We have so many girls. And it is so sad until munaku yasinga okwegagasa. Omunaku ye yerabirira ddala nti talina. Omunaku ye yerabira nti alina okusula ng'atunula. When we look at your performance, the average of average and below, the average performer and below is usually coming from the humble families. Monoti abana babavu tebasoma, tebateekayo mwoyo, bajjukira luvannyuma nga maama agamba nkooye maama, nkooye obwona ssente bwange obunnyonoonera nkooye. So you need to know, because where you are is not where you're going to be. Where you are today is not where you're going to be tomorrow. But I want you to help yourselves. Musomyeko kati osobola okuwandiika ebigambo ne bitegeerekeka. Weebuuza oliridda wa? We musula w'oyagala okusula. Akatanda k'oliko k'oyagala. Essomero ly'olimu ly'oyagala. Because it is important. If this is a good school, alhamdulillah, I want to commend that it is. But there are some people who do not even know that they're in a good school. Baleeta amaalo gaabwe gonna n'empisa zaabwe embi zonna zonna ne bazireeta wano. And next time they're going to be expelled. Bananga, it is important. It is very crucial to appreciate where you are. What does that mean? It means you need to know that you are not in a very bad state, but there is room for improvement. You are going to look at your report, and you're going to appreciate that nayeha mabutufu nabadde nina kufuna ona nade nina kufunawo B oba nade nina kufunawo A for those in the new curriculum. Abakyali mu yaffe eri original etufudde ab'emutawaana. By the way, I don't know, I'm yet to be convinced. But you need to appreciate your report. And you say that I think I did my best, but my best was not good enough. Kibi nnyo okubanga watuuka ng'oli wano oli mu senior 3, 2, 1, 5 naye nga oli mu balannanye. You have put your legs straight, watuuka. Tolina kyogattako, tolina mulimu gw'oyagala kuyiga. You don't want to learn anything, you don't want to work, you don't want to do any chore, you don't want to make any more money, you don't want to help anybody, you don't even know what to do next. So it is important. It is very, very important okumanya woli. Bw'obanga bazadde bo bayinamuuko, alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. But one thing is for sure, what is for your parents is not yours. What is so funny, Islam says that me and what I have is for my parents. Naye si buli muzadde wo kyalina nti kikyo. What does that mean? Kitegeeza you need to touch your future. And sinai taata wange bw'aba avuga Haria, naakola ntya okuvuga? What is after Haria? Alagambye Rumioni. In senior 3, we used to actually, after examination, there are certain games we used to play. In senior 3, we used to play the letter game. I don't know if you have played it. We used to have, for example, a group of 5 people sit together and we say we are going to write, for example, cars that begin with letter A. The one who has the most correct and genuine is the winner. Then we go to fruits, then we go to cities, then we go to countries, then we go to girls' names, then we go to boys' names. And at the end of the day, out of this game, you are a better person. When we start talking about cities, when we start talking about countries, so that when we start talking about cars, for example, kitegeeza mmwe kati oba emizannyo egyammwe, emizannyo gyammwe bantu mmwe. Today, it is still sad and very unfortunate. I was reading somewhere and they were saying that tiny minds? Tiny minds discuss themselves. Small minds discuss people. Small minds discuss. Now, the sad thing is we have a lot of people today who discuss people. What does that mean? We have a lot of people who have. Am I talking to someone? Tiny minds discuss themselves. Small minds discuss people. Okay? The one is lower, the tiny is lower, smaller is a bit bigger, then we could probably discuss the next one and the next one. Kati bwe babanga abantu abalina obwongo obutidi boogera ku bantu. Today we have a lot of people discussing footballers. Hello? We have a generation, actually a full generation, that can spend an hour, 2 hours discussing the highest paid footballer. Kati owandiika wali mu notebook yo that I have a dash mind. You have a what? A dash what? We have people who have a lot of time to talk about themselves. Ondaba, fe waffe, era fe, era simanyi bamubayina abeera ayagala nnyo tumanye yeeyogerako nnyo naye nga talina nona kyalina. Now that is a dash what? A what? A what? Tujisaani? A tiny mind. So you're going to choose in your notebook that mind. We have big minds. Big minds discuss events. Okay? And then others discuss ideas. We discuss what? Ideas. Na yo olabye otya musajja gwe ewammwe muina ettaka. Nze mama wange ayina endokwa z'emmwanyi olabye otya? Okay? Ewammwe mulunda enkoko. Fe waffe tulina supermarket. Olabye otya? So you two people ono ewaabwe balina enkoko ez'amagi. Mmwe mulina supermarket. Olabye otya singa mami wo awa mami wange amagi naye nga wakati awo gwe ojjako 10 nange eno nfunako emmeka? 10. I move on your program. Discussing ideas. Because one thing that we know today, I don't know if you know it, the people who have changed this world, tebalinda kula nga ffe. Abantu abakyusizza ensi eno tebalinda kukulirira nnyo. Wabula batandika nga bato ne bavuyavuyaawo ne bakola mistakes nga bwe bayiga bwe batereeza paka bwe baafuuka abantu ab'ebbeeyi. So point ebadde nti funayo akatabo weebuuze oyimiridde otya mu nsi muno singa batuliisa abali useless ojjanga nnamba ki? Nga buli ayimirira awo bamubuuza otugasa ki? Bw'oba tolina nga bakkuba essasi. No problem.
Have some questions. When they write them down, I'm going to pick some papers.
No problem. No problem. Singa tusimba layini wano. Ne bagamba nti kakati gwe olutuuka bwoti ng'otugamba nti my name is Mozammil Mutebi. Tubuulire ky'otugasa. Bw'oba tolina akayondo kuki? Ku mutwe kubanga oli emmere yaffe ya bwereere. So you are going back home. Fene twagala bajjukiza nti siimula ku nnyumba yoza ku ngatto za daddy wo simanya biti ebyo mubimanyi. This is the time for you to make an impact. Mu maka ga taata wo, ku kyalo kyo oba ensi eno. Sit in that notebook. Start generating ideas. Start generating ideas. After assessing who you are, in who you are, you're going to write your abilities. My weaknesses, njogera nnyo. Oba ndasana nnyo. You know, at this stage, okwogera kuba kungi. Nnyo. So you have a weakness of talking a lot. And then you have a strength. Compare your strength. What is your strength? Bananga, it is very, very important. What is your strength? Let me come here. You know why people don't want to come to the front? They don't want to learn. Kati ono namukutteko tasobola kwerabira kye namwogereddeko nga mukutteko kamusaasire kuba omutima gumuli bubi. What is your strength? Her strength is confidence. She can knock any door. Bonna wetugamba nti genda ogenda. Good. One of the things that has failed people, abantu bangi balemeddwa okufuna ebyanaggwano. They have failed to win because not that they don't know, not that they cannot afford, not that they are not able, but it's because they don't have the confidence. So you can write somewhere that actually you put a line on that page and you're like, my strength and then my weaknesses. Because if you know them, when someone tells you naye nawe olasana nyongo mugamba stomanyi mutawana gwe nina nakulasana kubanga kuntawanya. Because you already know. Tinaye nawe olwawo nti wange ni mukulu endwanako naye tokifuula ate lukujeje like watobisagiramu. Because when you're told about your weakness, you get worried. N'abantu batandise okundaba. Abantu batandise okundaba nti nina olugambo. Oli malaaya. Tulina abantu nga batawanya. The faculty between their legs is their commander. Nga ye tatereera alinga nga alina oba biwuka oba alina kamulali oba alina ki, something is happening in their pants we do not know. So write in that book, Ogament, I have a problem with my sexuality. Tulina abalenzi kanzireke. Banange boys, it is very normal to have an erection every single day. And it is very normal to have an erection every single morning. All right? Listen, I'm talking to you. It is very normal. Actually, if your neighbor doesn't have it, they need help. Every single morning. Because I'm told that I have 30 minutes. Omwana wobulens. It is very normal. It is very okay. It is something to even boast inside of. Bobochifuna, feel yourself that you are around. Okay? Naye togamba banno nti onengedde. All right? When you have, listen, I don't have time. When you have an erection every single morning, nadala katinga obudde bunyogoga. What does that mean? What does that mean? Does that mean that you need to put that thing everywhere there is a hole? Church together? I need an answer. We have people who belong to a club that wants our boys to believe that whenever they have an erection, they must have sex. We have people who are letting us believe that if you don't have an opposite sex, you can put it anywhere. Yes. Yes. Era nga mumanyi bulungi nti mu ddoomu zammwe mwennyini si wano naye mu ddoomu zammwe. Ngende maaso. Nyongereko. Mukimanyi bulungi. There are people who have failed to appreciate that is a part of your growth. It is an indicator that you are a normal and healthy man. It is a sign of adulthood. It is an indicator that you probably are going to be a father tomorrow. It is an indicator that you are a responsible person and a citizen who is going to be daddy somebody, daddy Annie. Akana kakasoko gena katuma linnya ki? Teeba. Now this is what I'm talking about. Mugambye dadiani abadde tamanyi nti ngamba ye ne mugamba akaana ka akasooka ogenda katuuma linnya ki? Naŋŋamba simanyi. Ne mugamba nti Teeba. So it is, you see how bad we are neglecting our life. Ebikwatako byonna wabivaako dda. Ebikukwatako ng'omuntu tobiriiko. Wabula oli ku byabaki? Byabalala. So it is okay to sit down ogamba nti naye njagala abakyala aba kati. Abakyala si bamalaaya. Abakyala bameka? Kati. Oba bameka? Oba bameka? Kati. So that you know the amount of work. Hello. So that you know the amount of work. You know the amount of attention you should give to your studies. You even know that you need to start making money right now. Kubanga omwavu tawasa. Omunaku tawasa ogenda kuzanyira ku mwana wani. Fene twagala bwavu amanzija. I'm coming. Twagala bwavu. We don't want. So bw'oba oyagala abakyala abo babiri kitegeeza okukola okunoonya ssente kati. Si bwe kiri? Kati omuchezo omuzannyo, playing around and wasting time will probably reduce. So we were talking about that faculty of yours showing you every single morning that you are a man. Every single morning that you are the head of the family. Every single morning you are the MD of a certain company. Buli lwofuna buli akantu kore kasituka. It is telling you that you are someone who is supposed to lead this world. Kati abalina omutawaana nga tekajja bulungi, now that is another thing. And now what is the challenge? The challenge is to ensure that erection goes back. Ne kaddayo nga gye kaabadde nga tolina nsobi gy'okoze. That is the challenge to the boy child. Olina okwogera ne Muhammad naawe. We have people who have gone to our head and they've even named that faculty something. So talk to that faculty, omugambe gundi, kakkana. Kola ki? Kakkana. Because many mistakes on the male side are coming because of that thing. Many mistakes. Just think of all the mistakes that men are making. It is because of their lack of control of that very tiny thing. It is big, eh? It is big. It is big. So you want to tell me that it is big? You want to teach me? So omulanga, the call and caution is, please the youngsters, avoid thinking from upside down. We have people today that are thinking, instead of using their brain, they are thinking using their private parts. So someone, omuntu yesulise. And right now they are plotting and planning. They are plotting and planning. We have girls that have chosen to go with elderly men. Elderly men. Ate naabwekalizamu nabagamba nze gwe njagala. So as I'm concluding on this side, when you hit 18 years of age, Islam is a little earlier, but we are under a certain penal code. When you hit 18 years of age, and you really feel from the deepest part of your toes that you are unable to keep your penis to yourself, tukusaba wasa, tukusaba. Somehow you'll adapt and you will grow and you will become somebody. But you are going to have issues in this world. If you're going to be playing around with people's daughters, you are going to have a lot of issues with yourself, with the wives that you're going to choose, with the daughters that you're going to have, and even your granddaughters. Naye bw'owulira nga tokyasobola kukyebera, obusiraamu bukuta, Uganda ekuta, emyaka 18, funayo omuntu alimu ku magezi. Mutandike obulamu, mumalirize okusoma, mugende mukole emirimu gyammwe. Ensi tegenda kuvunaana. But forever, tugenda kukolimira. Bw'oba olina omuwala, ng'omuwala oyo yagenda okusooka, nga bwamukozesa olw'okuba gwe wali tosobola kwekuuma. And many girls, poor, stupid girls. For them, when you put it in them, they think mubaagala nnyo. So nga gwe oli mu kwetaasa. Mubirowoozeeko. The challenge kije mbalekedde. The biggest challenge the boy child has is that kathing mukatuma amanya. Now the girl child. The biggest challenge women have. Boys, njagala mubiwulirize bino, okay? Bigenda bayamba nabo badde bawuliriza. The biggest challenge the girl child has, even your mothers, by the one, grandmothers, is their love for association. Abaana abawala baagala nnyo okubaagala. Era mmanyi nnyo kati if we write out some of our challenges, one of the challenges that might come out very profound is nze nina abantu mbaagala nabo naye bo tebanjagala. It is a challenge of the woman. A woman they need to be loved. They need to be accepted. They need for someone to help them belong. Katulina akawala bambi nadala senior 2-3 kabeerawo nga kalina obuwala bwe keegomba. Kale kagamba kale ne kabeesibako nga tebaagala, ne kabeesibako nga tebaagala. N'amala obudde bw'anoonya abamwagala. N'afiirwa ebintu bingi. Nze tebanjagala, ticha gundi tanjagala. Buli amugamba kugamba abamwagala tabaagala, batayagala tebamwagala. That is a challenge of the woman folk. I am speaking. Today I'm speaking. Most of the things today I'm speaking are from experience and from knowledge. Bw'oba tekikutuukangako ng'oli side eno, naawe weetaaga obuyambi. Ffe kasita tutandika okusuna obubeere, like, puberty. Okay? You need, oyina omuntu gwo inside you, oba oyina omuntu gw'onoonya mutambule mwenna. Now, just like I've told the boy child, that someone is going to use that weakness. Someone is going to use that challenge, and they are going to make you make a lot of mistakes. So today you know that we have people who want you to believe that you can go into the sheets with a fellow girl as long as akulaze nti akwagala. Temubiwulira? Today we have so many girls that have been put into sexual situations because they want to cling to a certain male friend. ate agenda atunuulira ddala n'alimba baatugambye tukima holiday package wali ku kapoliisi ekawempe agamba maama we ali Nsangi nti mami nga abiri they told us to pick our reports and holiday package mu kibuga wakati. Yes. Kakati, listen. Kakati mami chakola. This is what is happening. Daddy chakola nga gamba okay, transport nga kwata transporting omwala nga atunudde bwati tanywedde mwenge. Tali kamugamba nti kino yinga atunudde bwati ate nga muto ategeera. N'afuna akasawo ke mu kisenge kye, n'ateekamu akagoye akampimpi, n'ateekamu otuntuntu akawoowo no kalip baamu, n'akateeka era abawala ababeera n'obusawo obwo obutono obwo buliko ddole obwo ali mu kuzunga ku street. They are looking for attachment. Era bw'omulaba ng'omusaasiranga, they are looking for care, they are looking for love, they are looking for something. Now, akwata akasawo atambula nako alimbye nti agenda kukima ki? Report oba naki? Holiday package yoba yaki? Abireeta nabo baatusobera. Kakati atuuka ew'omulezi. Kati now those gentlemen, men don't need attachment. Men do not thrive on love. Era don't expect a man to love you. Tebalina na budde. The only time a man will attach to you, listen. Anyway, I'm speaking to the girls. The only time a man will attach to you is when he needs something from you. And the minute he gets what he needs, he will detach. He will Kakati gwe jukira wataddemu obudde bungi walimbye wakoze wayambadde wataddemu like you emotionally prepared yourself wena nojjango full package weraba. And this is going to be done by bana abato ababasingako abatata bamwe. Any man is going to use you if you are in need. And tosobola kubeerawo, you are in need of attachment. They are going to use you in all ways. In all ways. Because apparently you don't know who you are. You don't even know where you're going. You don't even know what you can do. Your potential you don't know. You don't even know what you cannot do. Ozunga buzunzi. So, you are going to go into this person's place, full package. Kakati, most of the girls arrive at gentlemen's places of residence, for example, taking that scenario for learning. Ng'omusajja tabiriiko. Ng'omusajja takola ki? Oba tabiriiko. Oba ali ku mupiira gw'alaba. Ayinza okuba ali ku movie akola ki? Alaba nga tabiriiko oba alina bya balance nga bw'aba akola alina computer nga tabiriiko. Kakati, omuwala bw'atuuka ng'abiddako. Ng'akola ki? Ng'abiddako. Abatabitegete bufaayo nja kudda mukole ki? Mubitegeere. Kakati bw'abiddako nga yeekola ki? Yeetaasa. Asobola okwetaasa emirundi gumu, ebiri, esatu. Ebiri, esatu. Omulundi ogwokusatu aba asazeewo either butaddamu kulabako, butaddamu kwata simu yo, butaddamu kuddamu yadde message, butaddamu. Kakati gwe, remember you are full package. Oli mu kutikkula otikkulako katono. Anti ogaba love. Onoonya ki? Onoonya love, ogaba love. Nga boogabira tebaliiwo. This is why we have a lot of heartbreaks. I don't even know where they find your heart. I usually wonder. Bagusangawo. Guliriddawa. Bagusangawa. Now, nga tumaliriza omwana w'obuwala. If you are going to achieve in this life, tetwagala kugamba nti amagulu go gagatte. Probably that is not maybe the most important thing. Tukusaba, I want you to join the club that does not thrive on attachment. Tanjagala nzera sijja kusoma sima tanjagala simanyanze tanjagala bakwagaza ki bakwagalira ki because what tenabagambe wali in the beginning when you stand up what value do you present? Because people are going to continue to attach to you because of the value you present. Bonobo olinga bano betukuba amasasi betugenda okuba tugenda yimyono buli atalina mugaso tugenda mukuba emboko. Because nobody is going to attach to you nga tolina mugaso. Kati omugaso tegubeera nti balina okukwebakako gwe mugaso gwolina. You need to attach value to yourself. You need to let this male folk or those who are near you that you're doing things at their right time. You know that there's a time when you're going to open your legs and you even know who you're going to open them to. And if that person is not yet here, you have things to do. Attachment, need for care, need for love. Simanyanze, eranze, antaba wala bagalanze. I'm not feeling okay. Concentrating on class because class. But if you did not pay for to that guy, if you didn't give him the proper attention, or you missing. Kubolyawo ayambalenga tembi naye obatakyusa kungatta ebyo biri eno side eno naye madamu naye alimba akaviiri ako. So for the girl child, it is you need to feel good about something in order for you to react. Let me share one thing. Life is not going to give you feel good. You are going to work for your feel good. You are going to work so tirelessly and so hard for you to get to where feel good is. Nobody is going to give it to you. Kati omwana wobala abeeraawo nga yalowooza essanyu lye, someone is going to bring it in a package ajja alikole ki alimuwe tekiriyo era ogenda kusobya nnyo ng'olowooza nti waliwo agenda okuleetera essanyu lyo. This is why the boy child and the girl child need to work tirelessly, to work very hard to ensure that they get to their dreams. Ebigambo byange ebisemberayo ddala bassebo ne bannyabo. What is your dream? When you close your eyes and you put 5, 6, 10 years on you, ogenda kubeera wa? Because let me tell you one thing about time. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sworn upon time. And he has told us that verily, by the time, tujisome, a'udhu billahi minash shaitani rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Wal asr. Innal insana lafi khusr illa alladhina amanu wa amilu salihat wa tawasaw bil haqqi wa tawasaw. Nze ne bamutankolera kirala kyonna eno holiday ne mugenda ne mufumiitiriza ku ssuula eyo because time. Wallahi wakazibiriza bwoti oli mu senior 6 wakagula bwoti university weddeko. That is if you will have the chance. The challenge of the students betulina naddala masomero agaffe balowooza obudde weebuli. Don't you have certain things that you're regretting? Naye nti oba mu first term singa akantu kano nakafaako nandibadde nkayita. You played with it thinking the time is there. So my final question to you, ladies and gentlemen, when you close your eyes in your notebook as you shall for those who will apply, when you add 5, 6, 10 years on your age, what will you be? What are you going to be? Because the clock is, it is not going to stop for you. It is not going to stop for you. Nobody has the time for you. So mukatabo ko wandika ogambe nti nze njagala kubeera architect. I want to be an engineer. I want to be the president of this country. I want to travel this world. I want to have a family of 5. I want to marry 2 wives. I will be married a virgin woman. Write the things you want to be, because nobody knows apart from you. Nobody knows apart from you. I want to drive a certain car. I want to drive 2 cars. I will build. I want a storied car. I want a coffee farm. I want to go to Makkah. I want to be right about yourself. When you look at what you want to be, you are going to appreciate that you need to put in a lot of time. You are going to appreciate that you need to put in a lot of energy. You are going to know that you need a lot of resources for you to get to become an architect, to be a surveyor, to be a sheikh, to be a hafid, to be whatever you want to be. Chanaku nnyo. Kirumya omutwe. Ng'obuuza omwana wa senior 5 nga tamanyi kyagenda kubeera. And someone is paying school fees for that person. Tamanyi. What do you do with yourself? What do you do in your leisure time with yourself apart from you masturbate? So in your leisure time, again, that ka thing, the kataina thing, even in your leisure time, kakutawanya. Emyaka 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 okuva leero. Weeraba wa? Weeraba muki? Because if you do not, guess what is going to happen? Tulina bannaffe be twasoma nabo nga akulaba ku TV. Akamane bannange omwana zaayi bannange kyoka zaayi zaayi. Ate nga takulabira ku TV eri eyalagirwa ali eyo atega antena. Mwate mukwata ku ka TV kange mwana yo nasoma nayoyo. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do not have clarity of what you want to be today, you are going to be anything tomorrow. If you don't have a clear picture of which doctor you want to be, sometimes I talk to my children, I'm like, how you gonna kubera musawu wachi? We have a lot of doctors. We have a lot of doctors. You want to be an engineer. Which engineer? It has to be to that point so that you concentrate. Because if you don't have it clear, ogenda kubeera ng'ozunga, ng'omala obudde. You need to have your dreams so clear that you can touch them. You need to have your dream so clear that you smell your dream, you walk your dream, you talk your dream, you are working your dream. But nobody will put a lot of energy on you. Because an architect, a scientist needs a certain amount of energy. An artist needs a certain amount of energy. This is why olugambo telusobola kubeera mu bantu bamanyi kye baliko. Tosobola kuba na lugambo. Olina okusoma. You have so many topics that you're behind. There are topics that your teacher is not even going to tackle. So you're going to go for a holiday of a month and a few weeks. Obali naku nkaaga anakwana nga tolina kye weegasseko n'eki. Mwagala amasimu. You want phones. But do you know that that phone can take you to your dream, or that phone can fail you and make you the stupidest and bad person in this world? So bw'oba ofunye essimu, bw'oba ogirina nga yiyo, oba ng'osaba ku ya mami wo baddadi wo, bw'ogikwata bw'oti egenda kukuyamba etya naawe obeere mu bantu abanaasobola okuba ng'obeera n'amasimu agawerako. So those are private conversations that we have. Bannange bwe muddayo eka, take off some time. Remind your parents to pray for you. Remind your parents to. Remind your parents to. Abaana edduwa yaabwe esinga okuba enkulu mu bulamu bwabwe y'abazadde baabwe. So make that friendship with your parents. I know it is not easy to be a friend to your parents. Si kyangu, tuli banyivu, tuli bakoowu, tunoonya ssente waggulu ne wansi. Kwagamba omukwano gubula we gutandikira. Mutusonyiwe, mutusaasire. But mu budde bwe buba bulabiseeko, baba mami, nkwateeko ku mutwe, mami nsabiraako. Akukwateko ku mutwe, akusabire buli kyakwagaliza. Nga naawe ofaayo, bw'oba ofuddeyo oyinza n'okaaba amaziga. Kubanga edduwa egenda okufuula ow'omutawaana mu nsi muno, tewali mulala girina okuggyako muzaddewo. Taliyo ne bw'oneepanka otya ne bweweewanika otya. So kakkana nnyo. Kakkana nnyo osabe taata wo, osabe maama wo, omugambe mami, si byangu nnyo naye nsabiraako. Because stage etawaanya, banaye stage gye mulimu etawaanya. Nze if I tell you what I was in senior 3 mwe, you would just say, yeah, jatide dda. Because in senior 3 you don't even know what you... N'erinnya lyo olyerabira. Somehow bakuyita Zaituna ndio kamba oyina engi by'obeera nga nawe tokola ki? Nga nawe tobitegeera. So saba nnyo mami wo, saba nnyo daddy wo. Ask your parents to pray for you. It is one of the most important things. Banaye munoonye ku mirimu egyo. Learn, get skills, eh? Get a few skills. Kyekikyo tugambe tujja kukuba embooko. Oyina okuba ng'olina ky'osobola okukola. Kati okusoma kugenda kuyimirira. Kitegeeza you're going to be useless? We are closing the term, right? So it means apart from being a student, that is all you can be? Is that all you can be? Hello? Is that all we can be? We can be so many things. Help your parents. Go to those shops. Help your parents, because when you help them, you're helping yourself. Learn something. Learn how to make pavers. Learn how to go do a computer. Learn something. It is a full 30 days. 30 days bagabiramu certificate. Skill yourself, because okusoma singa kuba kuyimiridde. Ogenda kukola otya? Essente zeetaagisa. Taata otagenda kuwa ssente zikumala. Tekisoboka. The only way you can get an extra income is for you to do something that makes you some money. That is halal. Bannange tekiswaza kwoza ngoye, tekiswaza kusika chapati, tekiswaza whatever you can do that can fetch you some money. Oba osomba mazzi, oba ogenda kupoota, oba ogenda mbichi. Ekikuli around nga gwojja kijja by the 30 days or 40 days nga gwogenda kuba oyina emitwalo gya 5 6 wano bakakadde. Is that a bad thing? Is it a bad thing? Jukira oyagala okuwasa abakazi bameka? Oyagala okuwasa abakazi bameka? Bangambye wano. Wabula ono ye kankutulugunya ompulire. Read for me.
Some of the girls are painting over boys and bringing there. Some of the girls are fighting over boys and bringing their faces.
Don't worry, when I hear I will tell you.
Instead issues because they are leaders.
You have leaders fighting for boys. Say it again.
Some of the girls are fighting over boys and bringing their faces in state issues because they are leaders.
Hey. Some girls are fighting for boys. There is one thing that I know. It is okay to like a boy, eh? Baba no tebalina nnyo kye bali. Bano, eh? They are not. Ne munange. Mubeera mubambi akalenzi nga kakusanyusa. Muwulirize, because me I share experience. Mubeera akalenzi nga katunulira nga kakulabikira bulungi, katambula bulungi, koogera bulungi, kayita some thing because you are a girl and he is a. But that is very normal. It's like an erection. It is normal. Like a what? Kati bw'oba oyagala akalenzi ng'ensekoma. No, it is very okay to be attracted to a boy nga tekamanyi na kumanya naye nga bw'okalaba kuwulira nga something happens. Ofuna otusayiro n'otuyanirira. Very normal, very okay. Hello? If you don't have it, it is still okay. Kuba oyinza okuba nga obuli wano bwonna tebulina makulu. Okay? Now, abawala abalwanira abalenzi. Togedde ku bawala bonna mu nsi okuba nga babonaabona with that need for attachment. Kitegeeza ki nti ono n'oli n'atali wano. They have that challenge. Kati gwe bw'olemererwa okwefuga, you're then a failure. Bw'okituusa ku level ey'okulwanira nga naffe nze. You look at me. I cannot fight. That I spell out. Nsaba Lord ekitiibwa aleme kunswaza kutuuka awo. I mean, number, the extreme is into the fish has a lot of, the pond has a lot of. That is the extreme. The pond has a lot of. Nti oyo bw'abanga aliko empeekera nyingi. Now we are on extremes, eh? Njagala muntegeere bulungi saagala mu misquoting. Kati waliwo abavuuvuuma oba mwe balwanira. Kati the other extreme. The extreme is nti olw'okuba ebyennyanja bingi. Kyo kivaako. Ogenda ku kirala. Lwaki olwanira ebyennyanja nga bingi? That is the extreme. We have another extreme. Are you listening? Oli mukulwana. Hello, talking to the girls that fight for boys and their partners and neighbors and friends. Oli mukulwana munnange nga gwolwanira takimanyi nako tebimukwata nako. Oli mukulwana nga gwolwanira takimanyi takiriiko tekimukwatako takisasulira. The last extreme waliwo kye tuyita okuba cheap. Okuba ani? Omuntu ali cheap y'oyo abuliddwa essuubi. Kugamba ng'ensi ekomye kati gwe ensi yo ey'abalenzi. Ensi ye yaki? Ey'abalenzi ekomye. Ke walaba kahamuza. Ye balwanira ba class ki? Senior 3. Kati walaba aka senior 3 kahamuza. Ensi yo nekola ki? Now, in life, because I don't even know why this is even cause for discussion. Kuba omuntu alwanira omulenzi wa senior simanyani. Now that is someone who is hopeless. Kakati oyo saga tumaleko na budde na ye. Nino mu bukulu tuyina bamaama bammwe nga balemye okwefuga ava mu makaage. Okay? Ng'osese maama we yava mu makaage. Ava mu makaage. Amalungi amanene nga famire etambula oli wano agenda na ku kimencha. Olw'okuba Haji alina mbu akakazi ke yawasizza. Kala mukyala kubana ko aba mukyala, by the way, that omit that word. Olw'okuba alinayo omukyala gwe yawasizza ng'amutadde mu kazigo saamuweya. Kati mami wo ava mu kalina n'atula mu hariya ye n'okuba ekisumuzo yesize ne lipstick n'avuga emmayiro n'akkirira mu katanga alwane n'ow'omu muzigo. So wandiika mu kitabo kyo nti nze nja kulwanira abasajja paka last oba sirirwanira musajja. Because whichever stage it is a cheap thing. Whichever stage it is a cheap thing. So similarly n'abalenzi tulina abaami nga bali abaami abasobola okubeera n'abakyala nga ye obulamu bwe agenda kubeera n'omukyala w'omu oba abakyala bameka mu bulamu bwe. Kati tulina abaami nga tebamanyi bakyala be balibeera nabo ng'era wano we muli nga mwatandise edda neki n'omulimu. But one thing is for sure, we are going to always reap what we sow. You will forever and ever reap what you sow. Mpisizzaamu eddakiika 5 mu budde bwange. Baŋŋambye nti muyina ebibuuzo, then we shall be able to round up. Bw'oba tolina kati era tewabaawo mulimu gwo gw'osirika busirisi. So anybody with a question? Mwagala okusekerera bannammwe. The other people, I usually give out some money. I give out money to people who have recorded a big portion of what I've communicated. I usually give that amount of money. Number 2, temwagala sente. Now it is your time to speak, but you speak on a paper or you put up your hand. Any question? As we are getting questions, njagala abaana ab'obusiraamu okusinga mulekeraawo okusitama mu bantu. It is a thing that is now becoming a norm. Abaana ab'obuwala mutuula musitamye olw'okuba mwambala engoye empanvu. Abaana ab'obulenzi mutuula nammwe musitamye. Mwe temumanyi nti buli omu amagulu ge buli gabeera nga gali open. It means something to you and the person you're with. Tubeegayirira ugezaako okwegema. Abaana ab'obuwala ate ffe tetusitamirako ddala. Tetusitamirako ki? Kati tulina omutawaana, omwana yatandika okusoma eddiini mu myaka 4. Ne bamutwala mu ssomero lyaki? Kati okuva ku myaka 5 asitamye paka senior 5. Okuva ku myaka 5 mu nasare ositamye paka olwaleero kyasitama. Kati gwe just fumiitiriza bufumiitiriza nze nkomyawo. The other person I give money is a person who stands up, awanika omukono n'ayogera. Oba obupapula butera kuba bw'abantu batasobola kwogera. Kati waliwo akayina nga tataddeko na kintu kyonna. Now, The other challenge that we have, all of us, is the challenge of exposure. Challenge of exposure. Exposure kitegeeza omuntu okulaba ebintu oba oliawo byandibadde talaba. Kati tulina omutawaana ogwa gadgets. Nga gadget ky'ogigamba kyekola. Okay? Tulina omutawaana ogw'abazadde bennyini. Nga maama wo akugamba naawe obadde oyambala akakaaya taamu yonna. Ye yennyini nga yakwambula. Tulina omutawaana nga maama buli weekend agenda kubatwala ku swimming. Exposure. Ayagala abaana be babeere nga bamanyi. Okay? Tulina nina wempangalira bamaama bavuga abaana ne babaleeta. They are learning bali mu fashion school, modeling school. Bwana buto. Bujja bwe buti bwe butuuka ne bweyambula ne bu exposure. Tulina bamaama ate kidi ku ba single mothers nga buli weekend omwana we alina okumutwala alye ice cream, alye pizza, kugamba babeera mu kibuga, buli kaseera babeera mu kibuga batambula. Exposure. Tulina TV zaffe muzimanyi. Remote gy'ogiza gyekola ki? Gyekutwala. Exposure. It is an era of exposure. An era of information. Kati ogenda kukola otya? How are you going to help yourself? Because some of us probably have survived because we didn't know certain things. Ignorance is no defense. Naye tuyina kye tuyita being innocent. Okay? Abadde ki? So you are challenged by the word exposure. Olwaleero tokyasobola kuba nga tomanyi kintu okuggyako nga toyagala. Okuggyako nga tokola ki? So you are going to help yourself to choose which information or which exposure you are going to consume. Otherwise, bwe tunaamanya buli kimu naddala nga tukyali bato, we are going to be confused. Silence. Buli nobeera nga buli kimu kimanyi ogenda kukola ki? Kubeera confused. You want to say something? Jangwa. Actually, come here. Someone has a question here. Someone has a question here that what if my parents are not Muslims? Muwulirize. Now these are personal things, eh? Katutandike nono.
Assalamu alaikum to all of you.
Mukyala Mutimba. Ndi mu class nsomesa ngenda kuddira.
Assalamu alaikum to all of you once again.
Alaikum salam. You ask, don't worry. You're asking me. Nze nkuwulira.
So my question is mostly about leadership. So most of us we think leadership ends at school. So my question is that how best could I express myself as a leader?
How will you?
How best could I express myself as a leader in the outside environment? Because we think there's no authority outside for us, so we usually get disappointed by expressing ourselves out as leaders apart from school.
His question is that leaders here at school are challenged Because some of them think leadership stops at school. How can they express themselves out of school? A leader is a leader. A leader will always be a leader. Because we arrive at Kinaawa here, so many of us, and many of us come here when we don't even know that we shall be leaders. But your character as a leader will always come out wherever you're going to go. Because even at home we have leadership. So you just have to continue to express and, exhibit your leadership skills, and the world will always want to have you as their leader. We don't fight for leadership. We do not buy leadership. We do not speak a lot at how we are. No. So don't even say it again on yourself. But for all your life, you will have a friend because don't have useless friendship.
Ban TV, connecting Africa to the world.